What's good, YouTube? It's your boy AJ. I'm here with Rage and Cypher, man. The Nets just beat the Warriors, the best team in the West, 128-120. The shocker of all shockers. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Follow us on Twitter. All our Twitters are scrolling at the bottom. NetsKing.net for all your latest articles. Man, oh man, what a night it was. Crazy, crazy game. I don't even know how to describe it to you guys. I really don't know how to describe it. A game where we're 12 and a half point underdogs. The Nets were 12 and a half point underdogs to
Down to 18 at one point. Down
yes.
by 18.
So
The third.
basically, first half, what do you guys really remember for the first half? I mean, CT typical CT on a heater. The Warriors did double him. They were doubling hard. I'm not gonna lie. The CT was going through some very, very strong doubles, but he was finding his teammates and he was still scoring at a high clip. Talk about that first half. What you guys thought about the first half?
What you think, Seth?
All right, so first half,
Mhm.
they kept it surprisingly competitive. I mean, Cam Thomas leading the score, of course, 16 points, very good efficiency, 4 of 6 shooting.
Yeah.
Everyone else, like, they were shooting well from three. Like, not as well as the Warriors. The Warriors
Mhm.
were just getting into the paint very easily, scoring at will. That makes sense because no Nick Claxton, no Ben Simmons, no Daron, no Clowney, none of the bigs. So you had Zaire Williams trying to anchor this defense, him doing the best he can.
Yeah.
Uh, the reason why the Nets were able to keep this close, they were shooting threes, hitting them, and they were getting to the free throw line.
Yeah.
Warriors were in the bonus, and Nets just took advantage of that, drawing a ton of fouls, creating contact, shooting 16 free throws to the Warriors 4. They ended up shooting a little over 40% from three in the half. Warriors, I believe, shot also over 40%, but they were 55% from the field, getting into the paint. Nets were able to keep this single digits, very close game. But notably, Cam Johnson rolled his ankle,
Yeah.
and he got hurt and had to leave the game. And then he came back in, but then he had to leave again and was ruled out.
Yeah. Because I tweeted out, I remember I tweeted out, like I saw him tweak it, and then I'm like, he was holding the back of his leg. It looked like an ankle tweak at first, but then he was holding the back of his leg, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? He went to the locker room, came back. Then I noticed the limp. And then I'm like, okay, why is he still in? And then they took him out again, and then they were like, he's out for the game. So I guess he
That
tried
was
to play through it.
that was mismanagement by the Nets.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, I know they're not tanking. They
Mhm.
should be tanking. They're not tanking, but you cannot risk Cam Johnson's health that way. Like, he should not have re-entered this game.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, halftime. I remember I tweeted this out too because I remember I was like, "Yo, we're really staying with this team, the Warriors." Like, I just didn't really. This is the best team in the West. Oh, this is the Golden State Warriors. So it's like, I really thought we was gonna get beaten bad, and we were down like Cypher was saying, we were down in this game, much as 18. So second half, it's just like this is where the mismanagement to because I'm gonna credit this win to, of course, Jordy Fernandez, great coaching. Even though Cam Thomas, I think, went down in the third, he hurt his back, wasn't there for the rest of the game. Cam Johnson's out, so basically it's a lineup of like Keon, Zaire, Jalen Wilson, Schroder. Who else was a key part of this? Shake. I'll give Shake some credit too. So you're basically just going with a bunch of role kind of in between guys, and you're giving the Warriors problems. You're making threes. There's ball movement. Steve Kerr was so careless. Rage. What was the time where he took out Steph? Okay, because we went up. I think we were up 4. No, we cut the lead down to 5 going into the fourth. I remember that we cut the lead down to 5 going into the fourth. But he took out Steph in that third, and we started hitting. We went on a run and hit the momentum. As soon as he took Steph out, I mean, it was
Yeah, he was out from 4:33 left in the third to all the way up to like 7.5 minutes in the fourth.
yes. This is where I'm like, what? And I remember I'm tweeting out, I'm looking at him, I'm asking people like, why is Steve Kerr doing this? And like, while you're watching the game, Nets are just hitting threes, getting momentum, scoring, cutting the lead down bit by bit, walking the Warriors down, bro. In the fourth quarter, Dennis Schroder just turned insane in the fourth quarter. Drops, I think, what was it, 10, 12? Um, and then we're like, here we go. It's a tie game. Here we go. We're up by 4. Then by the time we're up by 6, then I see Steph Curry and Draymond come off the bench, and I'm like, it's like, how do you make this up? How do you make
Here
this
we
up?
go. Now you bring them in. Now you bring them
Yeah,
in.
it's like,
Dennis Schroder had 17 points in the fourth quarter, 5 of 7 shooting.
oh my God, 17 points in the fourth quarter. Can't believe this. And we know Dennis has been on this streak, but it's been a couple games now, bro. Like he wasn't
It's
in the beginning of the year, he was doing this. Like the first couple games were like, whoa, Dennis, Steph Curry, Schroder is on going crazy. And now Dennis goes on his little cold streak. You're telling me he comes back and cooks Steph Curry's team in the fourth quarter and drops 17 in the come on. Like, how do you make this up, bro? How do you make this up?
was literally a beginning stretch of where he was literally going off, already going crazy, and then he stopped, and then he just came back with a 31-point game
Yeah.
against the team that we were, off a back-to-back where we're injury riddled. This dude Dennis Schroder, and was originally ruled questionable going into the game, and then he was upgraded to available. Just drops 31 points, and that's another win.
And
Win
then
number two in a row. Two in a
2
row
in
off
a
a
row.
back-to-back.
Oh my God. Yeah, so it's like I'm trying to figure out why is this team let me ask you guys, like, what do you think was credit to this win by the Nets? I mean, once Steph Curry got back in with what was it, like 6, 7 minutes left in the fourth, you could just tell like they were iced, they weren't in rhythm. You're basically fighting the lead. Nets have all the momentum, they had the confidence. Everything was built up because of the confidence and the momentum, the shot making, the ball movement was just all clicking, led by Dennis, great shooting.
17-point out.
What do you guys think really like is this team? And I asked this question before. I was like, you saw the pod. Are the Nets too good to tank? And people were telling me, no, you're panicking, you're too crazy, this and that. No, the Nets are not too good. Give it time. So I'm just letting you guys know when are you guys gonna start to panic? That's like
I
when are we
just
start to
I
panic?
just think if you're gonna win a game like
Mhm.
this, completely injury riddled, and go on back to back, I don't know what more we haven't already seen in the beginning of the year
Yeah,
and built up throughout the year to not make you think a little bit about what we're trying to do right here. It's like almost gets to that point.
yeah,
How were we getting some of these dubs that we're getting, but also we're still losing some weird games that you wouldn't necessarily think of with the way that we're winning our actual games. So it's
yeah.
like, when are we gonna start to, actually drop some games here?
Yes, like I don't know, man. Like it's just really tough for me to really believe that we're 8. What are we? 8-10.
8 and 7.
We're up there. What are we now in the East? We probably now like we were the 10th seed not too long ago, but now we're probably up now.
We're
Um,
the what have I got? ESPN.
7th,
We are the 8th seed.
8th seed. So it's still a little early. It's not too crazy, but it's just very eye opening that we beat the best team in the West with no Cam Johnson. Ben Simmons is out. Clowney is out. Cam Thomas hurt his back. We don't know the status of him.
No Claxton.
CJ, yeah, no
Yep.
Claxton. We don't know the status of CJ. Whatever his sprain was, they said ankle sprain, but we don't know
Yeah.
technically what it is. We'll never know what technically it is until a couple days from now. And then it's just 6, almost 5 to 6 guys are out. And then that's
Even
We had
more if you
9
factor
total
in
players.
Daron
yeah.
and Bojan.
It's like 8, at least 8, probably 8 or 9. Yeah,
At
it's
at least those many players out, and we had 9 total players that could actually play today on a
yeah.
back-to-back.
I'm just really trying to figure out what do
I'm
you
gonna say this right now. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm panicking now. Like
You're
I
ba-
thought at first, okay,
yeah.
I said this team was not too good to tank because look, Schroeder was on a hot streak.
Mm,
That's 3-point shooting, all of that. But look, this team, second night of a back-to-back against the best team in the Western Conference, missing what 5, 6, 7 guys, all key
Yeah.
rotation players, and they still won. Like,
Yeah.
look, this team does not have a lot of talent. Like, it's about the same as the 2018-19 Nets, but they are just coached really well.
Yeah.
They are bought in. They are trying hard. You got all these guys who have something to prove, and it is just so much more. They are more than the sum of their parts, and
Yeah.
that is not good. And look, I like winning. I like competitive seasons. I'm enjoying these wins because it's crushing the narrative about Cam Thomas being a losing player.
Mhm.
Look at the plus minus whatever. That's not great. I don't care. This team is winning games, and he is the leading scorer. So I'm glad for that narrative. The problem is, look, I've been watching college ball. Ace Bailey, Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Igor Denham all look fantastic.
Yeah.
Like all these guys look like potential all stars, and if the Nets hover between 30 to 40 games and they end up with the 11, 12 best odds, and you don't get those players, then what are you doing? Because you're not trading for Giannis. If you do trade for Giannis, it's going to cost you heaven and earth, and you're going to be back to square one, no assets. You're going to be trying to frantically build around this guy,
Yeah.
in what, a 2-3 year window. So you're not going to explore that avenue. If you do, it should be a fireable offense. So like you just got to draft. So unless Marks thinks he could draft like the next Kobe with the 11th pick, or we just get insanely lucky with these lottery odds like the Hawks did, it just these wins look as fun as they are, and I'm enjoying these wins. They're not good for the future of this team.
Yeah, it's so scary too because it's like we gave up draft capital for these picks, for these lottery picks. I know people there's some Nets fans out there that want to win and they want to see the team do good. It's not like we don't want to see the team do good, but we got to think about the bigger picture here. And possibly losing that lottery pick is just so much riding on that because it's like it's just such a deflator if you don't get a top 5. And we look back at Sean Marks, like I don't fault the players. This is nothing on the players. I'm not faulting the players for playing hard. The players should go out there and think they're gonna win and play hard and do like I'm not gonna, come at the development of players and guys getting better and guys playing hard. I'm never gonna do that. It's the GM I'm coming at. The GM I'm blaming because you're supposed to get rid of the vets. You held on too long. We've seen Sean Marks sit on his hands for way too long, year after year after year, and not make quick, decisive, aggressive moves as a GM. You want to hold these guys for 2 first-round picks, but you're hurting us in the big picture. You know what I'm saying? CJ could possibly be hurt now, and he was on one of you guys check me on this. CJ was literally having one of the best stretches of his career this season. Like the heater he was on, it was one of the best stretches of his career. Like I don't like it was insane. The man was dropping insane efficiency from 3. We just saw him drop almost 4. It was crazy. And now he's hurt. So it's like his value was at an all-time high. You gotta make moves. You gotta be aggressive. Call teams. I don't even care if you don't even get a first round. I don't even care if you don't even get you get a protected first. Take it. Take it at this point. You know what I'm saying? Take it. Seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2026 protected first. Take that. Don't wait and then mess us up even further down the line.
In the next few weeks, like Marks has to do something he has never done before in his entire tenure as general manager. He has to be proactive. He can't wait until the deadline. He's got that December 15th, that date when a lot of players are available to trade. You got to make the moves then. There are going to be offers. Teams will give up a first for Cam Johnson, first and change.
Yeah.
Teams will give up a bunch of seconds for Schroder. Like you could make these deals in December, and to wait until the deadline, hoping you could get more. And if you don't get more because your asking price is reasonable, if you take that risk, then it's like you're stuck with these veterans. You're going to be a possible playing team, and what would that accomplish?
Yeah, and for the Nets fans, that'd be like, oh, the Hawks. The Hawks were a 32-win team in last year, and they got the number 1 pick. Like, you can't depend on that. That was literally,
they got lucky.
Yeah, that's like picking a needle in a giant boatload of haystack of hay.
I believe they had a 3% chance of getting the number 1 pick.
Yeah, like that's never happened before in NBA history. A team that many wins had a number 1 pick. It's never happened before. So you guys are banking on something that's never happened before, or happened once in NBA history to happen again next. So if we have like a 30-win team get the number 1 pick. Like, that doesn't work like that. I don't think it's gonna work like that. Our best chance is going for that worst pick, getting a top 5, or getting at least a bottom 3. Bottom 3 puts you in the chances. So that's why it's so important for us to lose and to start this rebuild properly. But like I said, I'm coming at the GM out of all people, not the players. I'm never going to be mad at the players. I'm mad at the GM. But yeah, let us know in the comments how you guys feel about the Nets beating the best team in the West, the Golden State Warriors. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Nets Kingdom 1. And shout out to nextkingdom.net. Type that in for all the latest articles. Let us know in the comments. Are the Nets too good? Are we panicking? Or are you guys still in the comments good about the Nets 8-10 AC right now? Let us know in the comments. We'll be back.